Alright, hello everybody. How you doing? Welcome. DSP here, live on stream for my gameplay stream for the day. Only one stream today, because I've got a pretty busy night ahead of me. A daunting night, but I think I'm going to be able to get done the stuff that I need to get done. I'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. But welcome, welcome. It is Sunday, October 30th, 2016. It is All Hallows Eve. Actually, no, it's not. Tomorrow is All Hallows Eve. Halloween is what it's the abbreviation of that. But yes, it is a holiday in the United States. I don't know if worldwide if people celebrate Halloween, actually. You know, I've only lived in the United States my whole life, so I don't know how big of a holiday it is outside of this country. But it is pretty big here. In fact, it's become more and more of a holiday. In the past decade or so, there's actually, so the spending for Halloween is way up, that more adults with income have turned the holiday from something that used to just be for kids trick-or-treating. They've turned it into this giant holiday where everyone gets decorations, they have Halloween parties, and all kinds of stuff. I personally like Halloween because it's a month of the year where I usually focus on horror, suspense, all that kind of stuff, thriller style TV and movies. You know, every night I spend a couple hours with my girlfriend relaxing and watching some stuff. It's my downtime. And this month we've been watching all Alfred Hitchcock, The Twilight Zone, some Friday the 13th movies. We watched a whole season of American Horror Story. Last night we watched Tales from the Crypt Bordello of Blood, starring Dennis Miller. Not exactly the best movie, but it was kind of funny. A few good laughs in there. But yeah, all horror-themed stuff this month. And I love it. I love it. I do. It's cool to be able to do that for a month. It's kind of like, it's the interim of the three holiday month. Not the interim, the introduction to the three holiday months. You got the horror month, the kind of generic Thanksgiving month, and then the Christmas month. Right? So, yeah. Halloween. Tomorrow is Halloween, which means tomorrow is my big Halloween marathon. If you weren't planning on attending, I hope you will. I'm going to be streaming horror games all day, including Layers of Fear, Dino Crisis, Condemned Criminal Origins, and Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, all of which I've already downloaded and set up and are ready to go, pretty much, for tomorrow's marathon stream. I actually had a little bit of, well, not that I had the time to do it last night, but I took the time to do it last night and get it all done ahead of time, so I'm not rushing last minute. And, yeah, I was able to get all the games without any issue. These are the games that won the polling from the patrons. The, September patrons nominated and voted these games in for this Halloween horror marathon. I'll be in costume and on webcam all day. So it's going to be a fun day. It's going to be a interesting, fun, gameplay experience. I hope that you'll join me for that tomorrow. I'm definitely looking forward to that, okay? But let's talk about today. Let's talk about what you can expect today. Maybe a little bit about this week, what you can expect coming up this week. Today is Dragonball Xenoverse 2, continuing on with this ongoing playthrough. So far, I played about 5 to 6 hours of it. I don't know how long the campaign is. I've actually heard that if you just adhere to the story, that the game could be quite short, but that it's also very difficult to beat it if you just do the story, because the game's expecting you to be doing the side missions and the training missions and being able to unlock new abilities and, you know, have increased health and increased everything so that you can take on these higher level bosses. In fact, the last session that I had of this game a few days ago, I had a pretty rough time trying to beat Full Power Frieza and not Metal Cooler, excuse me. It was the Evolved Cooler. I forget what the form of it's called. Final Form Cooler or whatever. Yeah, I had a pretty tough time beating them, and it took several tries to figure it out. I couldn't do it as a straightforward fight. Because I just didn't have the capacity. You know, Full Power Frieza had super armor, meaning whenever I hit him, he didn't stagger, he just kept attacking through it. And he was hitting for so much damage, it was absolutely ridiculous. If I got hit by a couple combos, I was dead. So in that regard, I had to adapt. I had to say, okay, let me do something different, just go ranged combat. But I get the feeling we're going to have lots more fights coming up like that. So I may have to go for a more balanced approach, where maybe I do a few side missions here or there, and I mix that in with some training to try to unlock some new abilities for better combos and stuff. Because right now my abilities are lacking. That Kamehameha that I've got is kind of shitty. And I know that I'm going to have to get some better stuff. So I might have to start looking for trainers and stuff to do some missions for. So, today will be all about the Dragonball Xenoverse. I'll play it for about 3.5 hours. Alright. Now later tonight, I got a lot of work to do tonight. It's a very busy night for me. First, I got to film the week in preview, which I'll be explaining everything I'm doing this week. What a crazy busy week this week's going to be. Some changes to the schedule already. So we'll see how that goes. I also have to edit and release my Battlefield 1 review. And boy, this review has been taking forever simply because of all the stuff going on this week. You know, a few days ago I wanted to work on it and I lost my voice, so I couldn't do any work on it. I mean, if I can't talk, I obviously can't record and I can't make the review. You know, there's no point in editing clips together if you don't know if what you're going to say on the audio is going to go with it. So, really, the first step in making any game review is recording the actual audio review, and I couldn't do that. So, I lost a whole day when I was supposed to be working on this review. Yesterday, I worked on it, but I also paired that with making a special video about, you know, my business and what's been going on with it and all of that for the King of Hate vlogs. Because I did realize that last week I had talked about it in my week in preview video, but that's the week in preview, and not everyone watches the week in preview. Let's face it, that's a video that's usually just for the schedule, and that's it. And I said, you know what, I should make a break-apart video that's just dedicated to this subject, and if I'm going to talk about my business and what's going on with it in the future, I should make it a separate video. I shouldn't cram it into another video. So anyway, I did release that video last night. Mostly positive feedback, mostly positive responses to it. A lot of people sympathetic to my plight. You know, the fact that I'm an 8-year YouTuber who has done things in a certain way, in a certain philosophy, because I feel that that's the most beneficial to a viewing audience, that I'm not just about entertainment, but I'm pairing entertainment with informative gameplay, and doing a certain style of video that obviously was popular at one time, and is certainly nowhere near as popular as it is anymore. And I'm okay with that. As long as I could just keep doing this as a business. I'm not looking to be rich. I'm just looking to make a living doing what I love, but also sharing my experiences and being informative to the world, making videos that are useful rather than just something that creates a cheap laugh and that's it. But anyway, I'm certainly not going to go into the details of that. I talked about it for an hour last night in this special vlog. If you haven't seen it yet, I recommend you check it out. And I do want to say thank you to those who sent me some supportive messages, to those who are trying to get me some positive, you know, critique, response, suggestions for improvement, etc. You know, all of this is very helpful. Any discussion is helpful. That's the thing, is any discussion around something like that, it's going to create attention and it's going to create interest. So thank you to those who are, you know, involved. And also, you know, thank you obviously to those who have pledged to my Patreon. I've got an overwhelming number of patrons this month, the most I've ever had, the most I'll ever make on Patreon. I'm assuming I probably will never top this unless things do turn around and I get an increasing influx of new patrons every month. This will probably be the best month I'll ever have on Patreon, and I am appreciative of that. So thank you for that. Hopefully what'll happen is those who did pledge will retain those, at least a small, you know, ongoing monthly pledge, because the thing about Patreon is it's great when you get that immediate gratification of, wow, someone really likes my stuff and they pledged a big amount, but it's really not about that. It's about how many people do you retain on Patreon and how many are going to have those little $1 a month, $5 a month, you know, ongoing pledges. That's what is going to be the mainstream support and the lifeblood for me, right? So thank you very much for that support. And that's all I'm going to talk about it today. I don't want to go too much into it. It's more about what we're doing today, right? So I'm about to jump into Dragonball Xenoverse 2 for about 3.5 hours. And I don't really want to go too long here on the pre-stream. So let's go ahead and, someone is saying they got banned from the chat and they don't know why. I got a tweet. Sonic Wii says he got banned from the chat and he doesn't even understand why. I didn't even see a Sonic Wii in here. I'm going up and I don't even see a Sonic Wii talking in here. So I don't know how the heck this guy got banned. I have no clue. He is not here today at all. And what sucks is, sadly, I don't know how to undo that. Because all of the stuff here is based off IPs, not off of nicknames. So I have no idea how to help this guy. Anyway, as I try to figure this out, yeah, today's going to be about 3.5 hours of Dragon Ball, and I'm excited to jump back in. So rather than dilly-dally or beat around the bush, I'd rather just get to it. So very quickly, a few gratuitous plugs, and then we'll begin. Okay? Number one, in the video description of all my videos and live streams, you can see a link to Loot Crate. It's a Loot Crate referral link as well as a discount code. And if you use that, you can save 10% on any Loot Crate subscription. It helps me out. It helps you out. Very shortly, I'll actually be unboxing the next Loot Gaming Crate and an exclusive new crate. That is a brand new offering from Loot Crate. And those will both be on the King of Hate vlogs. So keep your eyes peeled for those unboxings on the King of Hate vlogs within the next couple of weeks. Whenever they show up, I can unbox them. In addition to that, obviously, there is Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP on Twitter, where you can get all kinds of updates about what's going on with me, with my schedule. You know, every night I post up a schedule, what you can expect the next day. So just, you know, stream-wise, business-wise, it keeps you in the know about, you know, what's coming up. In addition, I post up some personal stuff there, pictures and stuff, fun stuff from time to time. So please consider following me @TheyCallMeDSP on Twitter. KO Gaming, where I'm doing all kinds of edited videos. As I said, I hope tonight to be able to edit and release the Battlefield 1 review. I hope. I need to do all the editing tonight after I film the weekend preview, but I think I'll be able to do it since I got most of the tough work done, just slapping together the video with the audio. I think it shouldn't take too long. So that'll be released tonight on KO Gaming. Later this week, I'm expecting to do a review of Titanfall 2 for KO Gaming. Okay? And then hopefully, as I get further on in the games that I'm playing, like Dragonball Xenoverse 2, etc., I'll be doing reviews for all of those over on KO Gaming as well. Keep in mind, coming up at the end of the year, we've got the year-end series that'll be on KO Gaming, and those are always a huge thing for me. So, check it out, youtube.com/KO Gaming 1. Of course, everyone knows about my Patreon at this point, patreon.com/DarksidePhil. There's 2 days left to pledge for this month. You got the rest of today and tomorrow. If you do pledge, you'll be in on the upcoming goal of the Indies Mini Marathon if you pledge $5 or more. And at this point, it's a definite it's going to happen. There's no way we're not going to hit the Indies Mini Marathon goal. So definitely, if you want to be in on that, on nominating and voting on indie games that I can be playing in a marathon at the end of November, I strongly recommend that you pledge within the next 48 hours or so. Actually, at this point, it's 36 hours. And then last but not least, my girlfriend Leanna's business, The Black Current, is currently having a Halloween sale. If you use the discount code SPOOKY20, that's SPOOKY20, you can save 20% off of any order of $10 or more. That's only good until the end of Halloween. So again, for that, you've only got about 36 hours left. If you're considering, you know, getting an order, and this is a good idea, especially if you're looking for a creative gift for the holidays coming up. If you want to make your house smell great with a nice wax tart, or you want to get some high quality scented soap, now would be the time to jump on there with this great discount code, okay? Only good for 36 hours. So check it out. The link's right there on your screen, etsy.com/shop/theblackcurrent. Hopefully you'll give it a look. Obviously, just don't take my word for it that it's good stuff. There's tons of customer reviews on the site, and as you'll see, most people absolutely love the stuff that she puts out there, okay? Alright, so thank you everybody. Told ya, I'm going to get started on time right now. Thanks for being here. It is time to start with Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Here we go.